You have to be willing to sacrifice what you are right now. Sacrifice the things you do, the habits you have, the person that you are. And not a lot of people are willing to do that. You have to choose growth over comfort, or you choose comfort over growth. And each is the sacrifice to each other. You have to give it everything you've got. And when you find yourself in the pursuit of giving it everything, you often want to do more.
If you say something, you stick to it. If you say something, you mean it. If you say something, it's gonna happen. On the one side, if you give your word away to someone, you stick to it, but also yourself. But otherwise, just like stop talking, more doing. Then things feel a little bit more aligned, because there is a power of the word, the power of expressing something that didn't start here, it started here. And then the question is if you're able to follow up on that and manifest it, whatever started here.
I'm at the point in my life right now where I'm just locking in. I can't keep worrying about distractions and things that ain't serving my purpose, because everything I do now depends on how my future looks. So I'm locked in.
I do what I'm supposed to do. I show up, I work hard. Bro, that's the fucking minimum. Working hard is the minimum. You also have to develop skills. You also have to develop grit and perseverance to execute when you don't feel like it, because guess what? Most of the time, you're not gonna feel like it. And you're certainly not gonna get where you wanna go thinking that you're winning every day by showing up and working hard. That's not enough. And the price you're gonna pay for not doing it is gonna be much worse than the discomfort that you're going to pay now by doing it.
You can work with yourself to get better. But until you know what you want to stand for, you will always just be sitting down. You'll never stand for anything.
When you're empty, you can fill yourself up with whatever you'd like. In fact, it's probably best that you're empty. It makes it easier to be reborn.
Do you think I can be reborn?
Don't just stand there. You still have work to do.
You are not ready.
I know.
Like everyone else, you want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose. To accept defeat. To learn to die is to be liberated from it. So when tomorrow comes, you must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying.
The most beautiful things in the authentic road and building what's for you and who you are and why you're here on this earth takes time. And that means you have to become okay with the empty space inside that you really want to fill with urgency. Because really it's not empty, it's just in its infancy. What is for you is in its infancy, it's not empty.
Guess what? You're going to a new level. New levels, new devils. I just want you to know that it's worth it. When you climb to a new level in your life, you do face new devils, new challenges, even shocking setbacks that take place or people that let you down as you climb. That's okay, as long as you know they're coming. I want you to know that fighting off those new devils is worth it, and you become stronger every single time you do it. Most of the learning in life comes from experience. People say, well, do you learn more when you win or when you lose, from failures or successes? I've learned a lot from both. And you know why? They're unique experiences. Let me tell you where I've never learned anything. Treading water, doing nothing. There's nothing worse than taking another journey around this earth exactly the same way. Exactly the same experiences. Life doesn't give us what we would like, what we wish for. It doesn't even always give us what we dream for. It'll give us what we're willing to fight for. And these devils are coming. And I'm not gonna let that person derail my dream, my vision, my life, or me getting to know who I'm fully capable of being.
What's it gonna take for something within you to change? There comes a time when you need to stop scrolling on Instagram for the answers and just go turn yourself into a better person. You know, someone out there wants it really bad, and all the work they're putting in right now hasn't paid off at all. But they are winning. They're more inspired by the pain of their own run than they are by watching someone else's on social media. They're not concerned with generating the perfect excuse because they're too busy generating the evidence that they are the person they claim to be. That somebody will be something undeniable. And I hope that somebody is you.
Well, I know I'm ready.
You won't. It's a leap of faith. That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith.
We knew that this was not going to be an easy path. We knew that 99% of people who are trying to obtain what we're trying to obtain don't make it. And it's for this very reason. So we really shouldn't be surprised. We are right where we need to be. We are facing the difficulties that we need to be facing. All we must do is remain strong. We must maintain our faith in God. We must continue to make an honest effort. We must continue to put our best foot forward. We do not need to win this war today. We do not need to build Rome by tomorrow. We must strengthen our own kingdom within, strengthen our energy, become closer to our origin, and there will be no external force that could ever contend with us.
Life is a storm, my young friend. You will bask in the sunlight one moment, be shadowed on the rocks the next. What makes you a man is what you do when that storm comes. You must look into that storm and shout as you did in Rome. Do your worst, for I will do mine. Then the fates will know you as we know you, the man.
Darkness is a powerful ally if you know how to befriend it. You will not break the rock tonight, or tomorrow, or the next day, or perhaps ever.
You said to break the rock.
I said to try to break the rock. But evil is as eternal as this rock.
Even if you break the rock, there will be pebbles. Break the pebbles,
There will be sand, and evil remains. You cannot change that, no matter how much you train. Accept what you cannot change. It is not your burden to bear. Life is meant to be lived with others. It is too hard to do it alone.
Trust the pace of your process. You might feel like you're behind, like it's taking longer than it should. But who told you it has to happen now? This season is preparing you. It's asking you to slow down and let go of the things that are outside of your control. The things you're waiting for are happening in ways that you can't even see yet. So just be here. What's meant for you won't miss you, but you have to be ready when it arrives.
The reason that so many of you continue to feel miserable every single day is because you cannot come to terms with the fact that life is hard. That life is suffering. The reason life never meets your expectations is because you have the wrong expectations. You expect it to be comfortable, you expect it to be easy. It's going to be like that 5% of the time, but 95% of the time, it's difficult, it's challenging, it's a struggle. So long as you continue to sit around waiting for life to be sunshine and rainbows, waiting for it to be easy, waiting to catch a break, you're going to be miserable. What you should do instead is accept the challenges of life and take them head on. Decide once and for all that yes, life is hard, but I'm going to be harder.
Well, the truth is, sometimes I do get a little scared, But I'm in that ring and I'm really getting hit on. And my arms hurt so much I can't even lift them. And I was like, God, I wish this guy would hit me on the chin so I don't feel nothing anymore. Then there's another side that comes out that isn't so scared. It's another side that wants to take more. Wants to go that one more round. Because going in one more round when you don't think you can, that's what makes all the difference in your life. You know what I mean?
Let's cut the fluff. Most of you watching this are asleep. You think you're awake because you're busy. You go through the motions, check the boxes, and convince yourself that someday you'll have the life you want. But let me tell you something. You're lying to yourself. The truth is brutal, but here it is. You're not losing because of a lack of talent, intelligence, or luck. You're losing because you're soft. Because every single day, you choose comfort over discipline. Right now, someone out there is grinding harder than you. They're doing the work you avoid. They're building the skills you ignore. They're turning the dreams you only talk about into reality. And while you're making excuses, they're making progress. This world doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your potential. It cares about what you do. If you're not willing to outwork the man who lives to work, don't expect to win. This isn't just a wake-up call, it's a challenge. Do you have the guts to face yourself and admit that you're not doing enough? Because until you do, nothing will change. Here's the first hard truth. You are where you deserve to be. If you're broke, struggling, or stuck, it's because of the choices you've made. I know that stings, but until you take responsibility, you'll stay exactly where you are. The second truth, there's no such thing as good enough. The moment you settle, you lose. The moment you say, this is fine, someone hungrier, tougher, and more focused will take what you left on the table. And here's the third truth. No one is coming to save you. Stop waiting for the perfect opportunity, the perfect timing, or someone to open a door for you. The only person who can change your life is you. You want to succeed? Then stop complaining about how hard it is. Life's hard for everyone. What separates the winners from the losers is how they respond. Winners take the pain and turn it into power. Losers let it break them. So ask yourself, are you fighting for your future, or are you just surviving? Because if you're not fighting, you're already losing. Let's talk about why most people fail. It's not because they lack talent. It's not even because they're lazy. It's because they can't handle the truth about themselves. Most people spend their lives running from failure, from discomfort, and most importantly, from responsibility. They blame their circumstances, their upbringing, or other people. They hide behind distractions like Netflix, social media, or endless planning instead of doing. But here's what you need to understand. Everything you want is on the other side of pain. Growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. Success doesn't come from wishing for it. It comes from sacrificing for it. Think about this. Every time you hit snooze, skip a workout, or procrastinate, you're building a habit. And that habit is teaching your brain that it's okay to quit. The more you quit, the easier it gets. And before you know it, quitting becomes your default setting. You want to know why you're failing? Look at your habits. Look at how you spend your time. Look at the excuses you make. That's where failure starts. But here's the good news. If failure is a choice, so is success. You can flip the script anytime you want, but it starts with owning your actions. No one else can do that for you. Let me make this simple. Winning is a game of consistency, not perfection. Stop waiting to feel ready, inspired, or motivated. Those feelings are fleeting. What lasts is discipline. Here's the formula. 1. Commit. Decide right now that you're done with excuses. Burn the bridges to your old habits and make a plan that scares you. If it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. 2. Simplify. Cut the nonsense from your life. If it doesn't move you closer to your goals, it's a distraction. 3.
Outwork everyone. Don't just show up. Show up early. Stay late. Put in the hours that others won't. Success doesn't care how you feel. It only cares about what you produce. 4. Fail forward. Stop being afraid of mistakes. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to grow. You don't need luck. You don't need talent. What you need is grit, the willingness to do the work, day after day, when no one's watching, when no one's clapping, and when nothing seems to be working. That's how you win. Listen to me. The life you want is not waiting for you. It's not sitting there, ready to fall into your lap. You have to go out and take it. But here's the thing. Most people don't realize. Time is running out. Every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Every day you put off the work is a day someone else pulls ahead. Stop pretending you have all the time in the world. You don't. The clock is ticking, and the only question is, are you going to take action, or are you going to let it slip away? This is your moment. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now.
You only need two things in this life: clarity on your goals and an unwavering commitment to make them a reality. Show yourself that you're capable of doing something that's worth doing. Push your limits and improve fundamental aspects about who you are. Build something meaningful. Live a life that makes you proud. Most people never make any progress because they spend too much time learning and not enough time taking action. Show them you're different. Be so consistent that people think you're crazy, and watch how your life will change.
In order to achieve the future you aspire, you must be willing to walk away from the present that you desire. I cannot achieve the future I aspire to unless I'm willing to give up the things that I desire right now.
You are responsible for the things that happen in your life. You're the agent of what is good and what is bad. And when something bad happens to you, your natural tendency will be to look out in the world and blame this person, blame your mother, your father, your wife, your boss. But in fact, there's always a kernel of yourself that is to blame for what happened.
I may not understand this situation that I'm going through, but it's not my job to understand it. It's my job to embrace it. There is a big difference. I think a lot of people fall into the trap of always trying to understand what's happening to them instead of just embracing it, right? Because when you try to understand things that are not meant for you to understand, that's where a lot of unease comes from. That's where a lot of suffering comes from. But when you just shift into the mindset of, I'm going to embrace everything that comes into my life with an open mind, an open heart, a positive perspective, then you can really extract the lessons and the wisdom and the growth from that situation.
If you will change, everything will change for you. Wow, I took that to heart. And sure enough, the more I changed for the better, the more I changed from having a poor day to a good day, from lack of discipline to discipline. The more my life changed, my income changed, everything changed.
It's scary because it's unfamiliar, not because you're incapable. All the worry, all the nervousness, the concern, it means that you care in ways that you never have before. And if you care, then it's worth following through. Don't shy away from the challenge, don't play small. Lean into the growing pains and give yourself grace as you become someone who's done things that you've never done before.
Yes to the adventure. Like, life is an adventure. Say yes to the adventure. And then the adventure might be, you know, I'm going to take the path least traveled. The adventure might be, I'm going to quit my safe job and go do this thing that I've been meaning to do and wanting to do, that I've been called to do, that I feel like I have a duty to do. Because life is a journey, it's an adventure, it's an experience. And if you want to grow old and have stories to tell and experiences to share and wisdom to bestow onto others, it's not just a matter of age. To someone who gets old but has played it safe, has no wisdom, has no stories. And so I say yes to the adventure.
My definition of happiness is really getting up every day, going from thing to thing to thing that you absolutely enjoy and get energy from, right? And that is easier said than done because it requires you to spend a lot of time understanding you, understanding the things that are taking energy from you, and then putting in the time and effort to evolve or change them so that they deliver energy rather than pull from you. But it's really, truly where you're going to find true happiness.
So many people say they want a big life, but very few people are willing to do the work that it actually takes to get there, to build the skill. I just became rather fascinated by that. Anybody want to know what is it? Yeah. It's this thing called fortitude. It's when you have courage to make the call that could change it all, to show up big, and resilience to make it happen. It's a next level of your emotional mastery.
Something shows up in your lifetime and you are ignoring it, you are avoiding it, you're trying to run away from it, and you face it. You face the anger, you face the fear, you face the jealousy, you face the pain, you face what you don't like, you face the fact that you are out of your comfort zone. Why? Because you know that once you have overcome it and find a solution for it, it's solved for this lifetime.
If you tell your friend tomorrow, 9 a.m., I'm gonna meet you at the gym, you're gonna be at the gym at 9 a.m. just because you don't wanna let him down. But if you tell yourself tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'm gonna be at the gym, you're not gonna show up, you're gonna be late. Why? Because it's you.
It's you against you. You against you. And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem.
Successful people are the opposite of what most people are. Most people, they believe they gotta know everything before they go. Successful people understand that they will learn along the way. And so you have to realign your mindset. You have to be willing to step outside into an area you might not be an expert at. Take the initiative to start learning what it takes to be an expert at that. And then eventually you will make enough mistakes, you will do enough good things, you'll never become an expert, you'll never become a high earner, you'll never become one of these people that kicks ass by waiting to learn more information.
The great gatekeeper of your happiness is your mind. In being aware of what you are thinking at all times and how your mind reacts, in being able to have thoughts and then step back and think about, why did I have that thought? What is your mind doing? That is the next level of awareness, that then now you begin to be aware of all aspects of your entire existence.
Preparing to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Scheduling time to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Making a to-do list for the thing isn't doing the thing. Telling people you're going to do the thing isn't doing the thing. Hating on the obstacles in the way of you doing the thing isn't doing the thing. Fantasizing about all of the adoration you'll receive once you do the thing isn't doing the thing. The only thing that is doing the thing is doing the thing. And I love this insight that you can dress it up however you want, the work just needs doing.
You have to sacrifice. Greater the sacrifice, greater the reward. This is so true. So once you find yourself, you will find your creativity and you will find a true purpose. But first, you have to be willing to go through these sacrifices.
I'm gonna say this loud enough for the people in the back. You know when your life's gonna change? When you stop pressing rewind on the things that need to be deleted from your life. When you stop hanging on to the things that you know you need to let go of. Let me tell you this, moving on isn't always about knowing where you're going. It's about knowing where you're no longer stand and what you refuse to go back to.
Do you keep saying to yourself, I'm not ready to do that yet? If so, I want you to ask yourself, what would make you feel ready? Is there actually something specific that would help you to feel more prepared to do the thing that you need to do? Or are you waiting for something that's impossible? Are you waiting to be sure that you'll never make a mistake, that everyone will like what you do, that you won't experience uncomfortable emotions? So you're waiting for something that's impossible. I want you to ask yourself, how long am I willing to wait before I accept that this will never happen, and then I'm going to do it anyways?
No matter how hard you try, you're not going to be liked by everyone. So just be you. If they like you, great. If they don't, even better. Embrace your uniqueness. It's your greatest strength. Because the only person you need to be in order to live your best life is yourself. And that's it.
How happy are you? Well, it's your quality of life minus envy. That's how happy you are. And it's easy to look at everyone else and how they're doing and not take pleasure in what you have. You can't have an easy life and a great character. It's not the pursuit of happiness. It's the happiness of the pursuit, the journey or the destination. It's who you become on the journey.
Like, we're all gonna go through a transitional period at one point or another in our lives, right? But the word that comes to mind when I hear transition is uncertainty, right? Uncertainty, transition, uncertainty. Faith functions best in moments of uncertainty, right? Faith functions best in moments of uncertainty.
Official, we are already halfway through 2024, and I know it feels like, but nonetheless, the question you have to ask yourself is, what have you accomplished so far? Have you made any progress towards the goals that you set for yourself at the beginning of the year? Do you even remember them? Here's a cold hard truth. If you can't point out at least 3 concrete actions you've taken to accomplish your goals in 2024, I'm sorry to tell you, but you've most likely wasted the first 6 months of the year.
I mean, just sitting around dreaming, someday I'm going to get a different job. Someday I'm going to change this. Well, someday ain't a day of the week. You know, we don't leap tall buildings in a single bound. We take it a floor at a time.
It's yours. It's yours to drive. Get up in the morning, write down what you're gonna do in a day. Be happy on your way to your job, even if you don't like it. You gotta be happy on your way to happy. Don't think you're gonna get there and be happy. You carry yourself with you.
Go do something. Do the best thing that you can think of. Put the best plan you have into practice. It's not going to be perfect, and it will change along the way. But it will change partly because you become disciplined pursuing the path. And as you become disciplined, you become wiser. And as you become wiser, you become able to formulate better and better plans.
85 to 90% of life is just showing up. Show up. If you show up, there's a chance something could happen.
You have to make mistakes. You've been there, you feel it, you understand what it is, and then you have that time to adjust. That's why losing in life is so important. Whether it's getting dumped, getting fired, losing a game, loss. Those feelings where things didn't work out your way, that's important because it lets you know this is the bad feeling that comes when it goes wrong, and you improve, and then it makes the good feelings of victory all the better.
People are born into greatness, and all too often we get resigned into mediocrity because of the toxic information around us. And maybe it's the people around us, and maybe it's the information that we consume. Feeding your fire is the process and the habit of consistently only allowing the most useful information into your orbit. Feeding your fire is a protection mechanism or an idea, which is you can't inspire people if you yourself are de-inspired. Feeding your fire is all about doing whatever it takes on a daily basis, because your days are your life in miniature, and as you live each day, so you handcraft your life.
At the end of every day, you look yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, did I get better today? If the answer is yes, and you do that for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, how much better are you gonna be? Are you getting better every single day? That's the question. And it's just taking small steps. You don't try to get it all done in one day, in 1 week, in 1 year. It's the process of getting better every day and doing that for a period of years that then create the masterpiece.
A few simple disciplines practiced every day. Eliminate the errors and replace it with disciplines practiced. I'm telling you, you can start this process of life change immediately. After today, you don't ever have to be the same again, only by choice.
You are going to regret not taking the hard road sooner. I know you have big ambitions and you want to do these big things, and that's great. But all those things that you don't want to do, all that work that you're avoiding is going to be the reason why you don't get there. What you fail to realize is that if you avoid the work, you avoid the result.
If you're gonna build anything great in your life, it's gonna be through force. It's gonna be through complete, rigid dedication and discipline to move forward. And when the people come and they get in your ear and they say, take it easy, you're working too hard, you gotta learn to go with the flow, just know that if you listen to those people, you will be exactly like those people.
And every day, the same answer came back to me. Do you want to be on your deathbed knowing that you could, but you didn't? So why do you care about what people are thinking when they're not trying to go where you're trying to go?
That's gonna happen when you get to the end of your life, or you get to a time where this is over. You're gonna have the greatest poison in your soul. You know what that is? Regret. I wish I would have did more. I wish I would have been there more. And you will never live in peace by living in regret. So I want to tell all of you, when it comes to success, make sure you make it holistic.
I may not know now, but one day I will, and that's what faith is at its core. I may not understand right now, but I trust that one day I will. And it's not my job to try to understand everything. It's my job to continue to make the next step, continue to just focus on this moment that I have in front of me. You must get excited. And not just the false enthusiasm of just pure positive thinking. You've got to get excited over some very basic things. One is, get excited over your ability to make yourself do the necessary things. Because discipline is major step one toward personal progress. And anytime a person wishes to, they can make major changes in their life, personally and socially and financially. It doesn't ever have to be the same after today. No telling what you could do today if you really wish to.
I want to be the one that says, okay, I'm going to do it anyway. I know I don't feel good today, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to prove to myself that even on days that it doesn't feel right, I push myself. The only way to gain confidence in yourself is to build something. It's not to wait for it to happen.
Whenever you think you can't, confidence comes from the thing that you built. You must build belief. You must build confidence. It can't be like, hey, I'm gonna knock that shit out. You gotta look over here and say, I can knock shit out. It's belief, and it's built on what you put in to yourself.
Get up. Move towards that challenge, whatever that challenge is. Move towards that challenge and go attack it. And you may be successful and you may not be successful, but you will be better. And the next challenge, you're gonna be more prepared for. And you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and you're gonna fail, and then you're gonna win.
Don't accept that fact right now and you just continue to try to do things the easy way. When you eventually accept this reality of life, all you're going to be doing is left wondering, where would you be today if you had just taken the hard road sooner?
Faith is knowing a door is going to open for your life that don't even exist yet. Faith is knowing that the only possibilities that exist are the ones you create. I need you to believe with your faith. I need you to know if I'm doing the right things, if I'm showing up, if I'm watering the seed, if I'm taking care of my business, if I'm taking care of myself, then at the right time, maybe not your time, but at the perfect time that's meant for your life, that harvest, that crop, that dream, that vision, that purpose, that goal, that breakthrough is going to happen.
Your presence on this planet is no accident, and you are absolutely here for a purpose. You've been given a gift. It's your genius, and it's intended to bring joy to your life and to lift the lives of those around you.
I want you to understand this. If you want to bring out the best in others, start with the mirror. So many people are trying to persuade others, trying to influence others, trying to bring out the best in others, but they're not starting with themselves. It all starts with you. It starts there because when you bring out the best in you, you are very contagious.
If a person would sit down and let their body relax, totally relax, and then start to visualize in their mind, see themselves the way they want to see themselves, see how you'd like to live your life, see yourself living it that way. Okay. Now understand that that's a picture in your mind. When you pick up a book, the book is nothing but a picture that an author has painted in words. Dream my painting, and then I paint my dream. We become what we think about. Now, it may be fantasy at first, it might even appear to us as being a lie. But if you read it often enough, you'll start to believe it.
Listen to me, man. You have a great life in front of you, but your great life is in front of you. It's not behind you.
You embrace the challenge. It's a test. It's a way to prove yourself. It's a way to toughen yourself up. We can compare the attitude to the aperture of a lens. When you are fearful, that aperture tends to close down, giving you a narrow perspective on the world. If you take in less, you have less to fear. But as your mind closes down, you see opportunities and coming up with new ideas. But if that lens opens up and expands, suddenly you can see all kinds of combinations and connections out there in the world that nobody else is seeing because of their fearful closed lens, the way they're looking at the world. In this case, the chaos of the world is not something to fear, but something to exploit. This is the source of all creative thinking.
That's why you gotta work on yourself. Because life will send you some curves you cannot anticipate. Whatever you do, you wanna develop technical mastery. You wanna be the best at what you do. You wanna master it. See, part of self-motivation is you've got to find something that gives you a strong sense of competence. When you become known for that, you develop a reputation of being good at doing that. You set some high personal standards for yourself. You're not competing with anybody else. You're just unfolding yourself to be the best person that you could be.
I've looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. Because almost everything, all pride, all fear of embarrassment or failure, these things just fall away in the face of death, leaving only what is truly important. Remembering that you are going to die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. There is no reason not to follow your heart.
This is the instinct that says, you've had enough. This is the instinct that says, you've given it your best shot. You can stand down. You can back off. You could take a knee.
This is the instinct that says, you can rest now. Do not listen to that instinct. Do not listen. That instinct is a liar and wants to bring you down. That's the instinct that's a defense mechanism. Wants to give you an out, place to run into, little place of sympathy.